and roll! OmniDog! Hey, OmniCat! Now here's the OmniDog and OmniCat show. It's the place to sit if you'd like to know more about the books that they've read. Kristen likes Lumberjanes and Steven just likes to grow Jimmy Olsen. And you're in luck because they're ahead. OmniCat! OmniDog!
Heyo, and welcome to the show. I'm OmniDog, and there's Flurkin, Omni Flurkin. What up?
Hey.
Hey.
You're here.
I am. It's my fault that we're late. And when I say we, I mean me, because Kristen wasn't late. She was early and looking for me as Moira in the in the text she just sent me. We are on. Yeah, I did, Hayden, and then she had to message me like, "Where the hell are you?" as Moira from Schitt's Creek.
That's right.
Oh, here's Rodimus. Buenas tardes y tremendo intro. Nice. How about my Spanish, huh?
It's good.
Better than Omar's. Here's Freddie. It's the fabulous team of super Omni pets. Freddie's going to get a big shout out, yell at on Omni Bros on Monday. Because he did me a favor, but I'm going to blame him for making me buy a bunch of books. So I'm going to frame it, Freddie, that you're actually a bad person on Omni Bros, but I'm telling you ahead of time, you're actually a good guy for telling me what I needed. I needed the extra trades that I didn't have for Spider-Geddon, and also what's not going to be included in the Immortal Hulk volume 5/Omni. And Freddie was nice enough to send me everything I needed, and I was able to find it cheaply. But I'm gonna be a jerk and just call you out for being nice to me.
How dare you?
Let's see. Here's Maxter. How's it going, buddy? I believe we decided that his next book was going to be Day Tripper. He asked me what he should read, and I suggested Day Tripper to him. I said, "What kind of mood are you in?" And he said, "Pretty good mood." And I said, "Just know that while it's an awesome book that you're always going to want to own and reread, it can be heart-wrenching. So, it's not a book I'd want to read if I was like depressed or super bummed out, even though I think it's life affirming. Now that I think about it, it really is kind of life affirming.
It was certainly like less sad than I thought it would be.
Yeah, when you think about the premise, yeah. Taylor Talks Comics, Matt Kint Comics rule. Speaking of Matt Kint and Jeff Lemire, here we are. We got our books.
So shiny.
So shiny. Yeah, you can see Kristen
got a ribbon
for the $7,000 edition with the shiny deckled edges. Oh, they're not deckled, they're just shiny. Wow, they are shiny. And
I didn't spring for any edition. This is the only edition they have.
I'm messing with you. Have you been able to find Snow Angels yet from Stupid Comixology?
No, I need to figure it out. Maybe someone in the chat can help me because I don't understand how it works. I cannot figure it out. I've been trying.
Because you're having a problem. Yeah, you're having a problem getting it from Comixology, right? Even though it's a Comixology, is it on Unlimited and you can't get it? It
started on Unlimited.
Okay.
I can't get Unlimited to work right now is the issue. At all. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, Comixology, Amazon has taken it from fantastic to super sucktastic. But I was going to say, since this is Jeff Lemire, we could roll this into our Jeff Lemire.
I'm all about it. It is quite thin too, so
yeah. So once you get Snow Angels, we can you want to work this into our
Yeah, for sure.
review?
I may just have to buy it at this point. Snow Angels. I just hate it because the only place you can get it is Amazon, and they are expensive trades. Like they're not.
Oh, they
cheap.
are?
Yeah, they're like $19 each, and I'm like,
What? I didn't pay that.
last I
Wait,
checked. Let me check again.
Did you look at the competitor to OPB
Can you?
with the other 3 letters?
I thought it may have been an Amazon exclusive because it was a Comixology book.
No,
so
I got
haven't
mine
checked.
from the
Oh, you did?
other
Okay.
place.
Okay.
That's not OPB, where you can use my code OmniDog,
Then I'll
and
definitely check there.
5% off shipping 3 or more books together is OmniDog Ship It Together. And here's a hot take. Kristen is always right.
Thank you.
I even got Larry to agree to that the other
Love
day.
that.
He just said, yeah, you're right. Well, I think you were on. Weren't you on that stream too? I think you were for a little bit.
Maybe.
I think it was
that's
last.
probably why you said it, because usually he'll argue with me.
That is a fool's errand.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, I found the second one. I'm gonna have to find the first one now.
Okay, the James is putting up. Thanks, James. Putting up the links.
I mean, I know they're on Amazon. I'm trying not to pay that.
As long as you don't throw me under the bus to Patty. No, I speak highly of you to my wife. I just want to throw you under the bus to the 20 million viewers that Omnibros has. That's all I care about. Just making you look bad. No, Freddie did me a super solid, and I got a bunch of great books. So I'm not really going to throw you under. Maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Oh, that's cool. I like being the villain. Right on, man. You are the villain. You're my nemesis. You'll be my super powered guy that gets me to buy books. Although that's a rogues gallery of people. That's like 100 people that get me to buy books.
I do want to say James is posting the Comixology links. I'm not having trouble finding it on there. It's a matter of making Comixology work on my iPad after the update. That's the issue.
Huh. And I haven't. Did you do the most recent update? There was like another update because of security issues.
Yeah, I did that one. And that's when it went to crap.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it since that.
It may just be me. I don't know. It could be my iPad. I don't know.
Okay, so you're not having trouble finding it. You're just having trouble getting it to work.
Yeah.
That blows.
I know. I'm very annoyed.
Because it's been like 6 weeks since we said we were going to do it.
It has not been that long.
9, 10, 12 weeks. I think it was March.
It was March.
I will say, if you don't want to, okay, well, you shouldn't. It's coming out with a deluxe edition now, like a library edition.
I heard that. That's why I was like, that's why I'm trying to avoid buying it.
Right.
And I've read the first one. I just haven't read the second one.
Okay. The second one, okay, I don't want to say anything about how much I enjoyed it and loved it. Oh, oops, spoiler. Let's see.
I'll work on that later. Maybe I can figure something out.
Okay.
It won't take me long to read.
See Tyler's new Harley figure. I don't think I have, Hayden. What do you know what line it is? You'd think he'd show me that right away. No me pises que llevo chanclas. Boy, Joe, you got me. I don't even. Llevos rancheros. Oh, Omar's at BotCon with his children, so I can barely make fun of him. Although I accused him of child abuse, making him go to BotCon to see Transformers. You did save me the upgrading, definitely, Daniel Mucha. Watching Harley Quinn as I write this. I also have caught up on Harley Quinn. I watched all of Peacemaker, which was amazing. Harley Quinn's great. Has anyone read the new Jan Ulrich biography? If I knew who that was, I might, but I don't know who Jan Ulrich is. Do you know who Jan Ulrich is?
I don't.
I think he's a famous soccer player from Denmark. No, I have no idea.
Know.
I definitely don't. Here's Mary M.
Mary.
Omni Pet Family. I love that. Let's see. Oh, Warren Weaver's here. Yo, what up, Warren? Didn't see just being a jerk. Always, you mean? Started reading Day Tripper. It's great, but wish the Absolute was still in print. I just have the deluxe, and I always felt like I didn't need to. But what do you have there? Is that what I have? Oh, the Absolute. You went there.
It's sealed. No, I didn't go there. I bought this for Reed back when it came out. And he never opened it, and I didn't open it when I read it. So
no, I mean, you went there and just like are shoving it in his face that you own it.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
that's such a great move. I love doing that.
Sorry.
I think the Comixology issues are mostly Apple.
100% true. See, the thing about Apple and why they suck, I'm actually not a huge Apple person, but used to be more. But it's because you can't do in-app purchases. And that is the issue with Comixology in the new update, because you used to be able to just borrow things. Now that it's incorporated with the Kindle, you can't use the Comixology app to actually open anything within Comixology. Like you can't with Comixology Unlimited specifically, right?
Okay, you have to go to
be able to do that.
Yeah, you have to go to Amazon, the Kindle Comixology store now, right?
Yeah, it's a whole situation. I was able to get one book that I think I'd purchased, and it was the hardest thing to read in their app. So I'm just like, I don't understand. And now I can't get any Comixology Unlimited things to work in it.
I should check, because I think I subscribe still to Comixology. I consider that one of my 24 streaming services that are now more of a rip than cable ever was.
Yeah, I need to just cancel it at this point, but
yeah. Let's see, who else is here? No, it's not a hot take if it's true. It was just under the hot take button. Also annoying thing, you can't buy books in app. Yep, Kristen was just saying that. But I set up a pull list and issues just appear for me when they come out, which is dope.
That's nice.
Hi there, Justin Kristen from Post Midnight Singapore. Also inquiring whether Cosmic Detective will be available to the public anytime soon, apart from being a Kickstarter.
I think they said in the Kickstarter that there were no plans at that time to put it in a store or make it available widely. I think it'll happen because that's what all of these Kickstarters tend to do. But I think right now there's not been anything said about it. And I kind of get it, because this is actually one of those books that would cost a lot of money to print because of the, the gilded edges, because of the ribbon, and the overall quality of the book is very nice. So I think this would be harder to get like your average publisher. We've seen it done, but this is actually a higher quality than most other things that we tend to get, right? Because of the special things that are involved.
Yeah.
Which we know ups print cost, right?
Yeah, especially the little rubber ball they sent with it. And the medallion. And I'm totally kidding. Those just
things for sure, yeah.
Those are just two things that Kristen and I happen to hate. But mine came packaged well, so I know Z2 had nothing to do with this.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a really nice book. I want to read this sooner rather than later. He said for the 8,000th time about everything that he owned. So let's see. Here for a bit, Aiku got a DJ mix being aired on an audio stream in like 50 minutes. How come people put the tongue sticky out? What are those?
He's just being cute.
Oh, he's being cute. Okay.
Yeah, he's being cute. That's what I take that as.
Oh, okay. How's y'all? I'm on the air, so I'm fine. How are you doing, Kristen?
My household's actually had an amazing week. Do you want to hear about it?
I do. Do you want me to highlight you, or do you?
No, I have nothing to show.
Oh.
I just have stories to tell.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Here's the week. Here's how it went down, okay? Monday, Reed got a job offer for a fantastic new job here in town. I think, but maybe the people watching don't know. He's been commuting about an hour out of town every day for work. So that's an hour there and then an hour back. He's done that for many years now. He's worked in the same place. They recently got bought out by a corporate guy. It was a locally owned place. Then they got bought out. A lot of things are changing there. It's getting worse. He hates it. And so he's been looking for other jobs. One of my favorite things the new owner said to everybody, by the way, sidebar, is, no matter how many vacation, weeks you now have one.
What a great way to build employee morale.
And when I tell you they're dropping like flies over there, they are. So Reed had a, great job interview last week, and then he heard Monday he got this new job. So very exciting. It's awesome. It's very different than what he was doing, and it's at our local symphony. I'll say that much.
Your local what?
Symphony.
Symphony.
Yes. So he's musically adjacent now, and he's a big musical guy. So
oh yeah,
very cool. Very excited for him. That's where he's at right now. He's doing an event with them.
He gets 2+ hours in his day back now too, right?
Yes.
That is a huge upgrade.
Well, and that alone. So he took a bit of a pay cut, but like that alone with gas.
Quality of life. Help. Yeah. Quality of life is a big deal.
Huge. So very happy for him. And that kicked off our week, right? So then Tuesday, we went to Nashville to see My Chemical Romance.
How far away is that, you maniac?
Like 2 hours.
That's nothing compared to the other one.
You maniac. So we went to see them. That was very exciting. I saw them as a teenager, open for Green Day. Met them on the streets before the show. Yeah, so Everybody watching, I've met Gerard Way. Like, I can say that. On the street corner. He's very nice. So that was great. That was a nice, like, lifelong thing. We wanted to see them again. And then Wednesday morning. So we get home at like 1 a.m. Tuesday, right? You didn't ask for this whole story. I'm telling you anyway.
I did ask for the whole story. You said it was a great week in your house, and I want to know.
So, because that was great show. Turnstile open, and they're a great hardcore band that Reed loves. So, that was really cool to see.
I don't even know them.
You may like them. I don't know. But so Wednesday morning, we get up early. We just got home at like 1 a.m. the night before. We get up early. I have a text from my boss. It's my day off, P.S. And he's like, hey, you have time for a quick chat? And I'm just like, why are you doing this to me? It's my day off. What's happening? What's going on? And we were heading out of town that morning because we were going to Cincinnati the next day.
To see who in concert?
To see Oliver Tree again.
I
have a problem, and I love him. So it's like, well, he's going to be nearby. That's about 3-ish hours from us. Let's go. So we went. Anyway, I called my boss, and he's like, hey, I want to offer you a promotion. And I was like, great. So got that, and then we went to see Oliver Tree that night, and it was amazing. And that was our week. So
wow,
great job stuff, great concerts.
And did you get a commensurate pay bump?
I sure did. Yeah.
Oh, you did not, but you got a job promotion.
No, I did. Yeah, I did.
So for that might make up for what Reed lost.
It helps for sure.
Yeah.
And especially with like his hours now and like the gas, I think it's really gonna like help even out. So it was like perfect timing. Yeah, it's good times over here. Good times.
That's great.
Thank you.
That is really great. I had a good week because I didn't have any migraines, and I am happy to report that I believe this pain pump is finally working and taking care of my abdominal pain.
Love that for you.
Thank you. Yeah, you've been with me on this journey for a while, and I hate missing shows and I hate missing out on life. But I had a pain-free week. Yeah, no, my last migraine was Sunday. Unfortunately, my daughter was over to play Horizon Zero Dawn, where we found a really funny glitch that I posted on Instagram a week after it happened. So that was my good week. Just a pain-free week is a reason for celebration for me.
Absolutely.
So yay us.
Yay us.
Finally, the inaugural episode of Talking Toys with OmniDog and OmniCat.
Okay.
Actually, I like OmniCat better than OmniCat, but
do you?
Okay, no, I don't.
I do.
Oh, also, this shirt didn't fit me a month ago, but since I've been watching what I eat, it now fits.
Nice.
Which opens up my back catalog of shirts again. So I'm excited about that.
It's a good shirt.
Taylor talks comics as good people. Yes, because he recognized the greatness of Nate Garcia. Is this a bunch of... Okay, these Taylor talks comics and Cycle Cleveland, like the most outlier comics like Goiter and whoever Nate Garcia is. Peace and love, peace and love. I don't know who Nate Garcia is, but
they
obviously...
need to talk to Reed.
Sorry?
They need to talk to Reed because Reed likes all those weird books too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's Super Laugh Hard. Hiya, 'tis good to see you both. Oh, that was Irish and you're English. Sorry. Your DDOHC will be posted next week, Jess. There are postal strikes in the UK at the moment. Don't they know you're sending me Daredevil Volume 1 by Zdarsky? I mean, that's a reason enough for them to stop striking. You can't... Oh, and you couldn't take it to Scotland to mail because that's a different country. Even though I think of Europe as just a country. Okay, now Cycle Cleveland is talking to Reed. Are you here? Krista needs an IT person or a new tablet.
One, James, I'm offended. I don't need an IT person. I'm actually very good at this stuff. And I see my dad's clapping back like, that's usually me, but she hasn't brought it to me yet. Dad, you don't know anything about iPads, okay? So he's a big computer guy, not an iPad guy. And this is specifically an Apple issue, okay? It's not even anything I'm not understanding. It's an Apple Comixology issue, and it's been there, apparently.
Yeah. Are you calling her a dumb girl?
Yeah, that's rude.
Wow, he called you a dumb girl.
Jeez, ban him.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll ban him for my life.
Deceased zombie Harley. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Those deceased figures are actually pretty boss. I like them all. I was here when Tyler got a couple of them, Supergirl and I think maybe Batgirl. Those are cool figures. Matthew, is Dark Knight's Metal Omni worth getting? Yes, I liked Metal, and so did the Minister. We were super annoyed at the format it came out. Deluxe, standard, trade, which is super annoying. So I may even upgrade just to get that inconsistency off my shelf. Haven't read Death Metal yet, even though it's been out 48 months. I still haven't read it yet. I just haven't gotten myself... Oh, because I have to finish Scott Snyder Justice League Volume 3, which leads into it, Death Metal. But I need to get on that. So the answer is yes. It's actually a really cool event with a lot of cool characters, and I've liked it a lot. Oh, don't step... This is what he was saying to me in Spanish. Don't step on my toes because I'm wearing flip-flops. That sounds like a song lyric. Is that an Oliver Twist song lyric? Oliver Tree, rather, I mean.
Twist. No.
James, I can do it, but I'm not going to embarrass myself doing it. It's a really great intro. I watch the intro every episode because I love that whole show. Super Spy by Matt Kint is also getting a library edition, has part of Kint's new Dark Horse print Flux Horse.
Horse.
House. Flux. Oh, I'm going to call it Flux Horse because that's
I love that more. Yeah.
Omar gave his kids a choice and they chose BotCon. Granted, don't know what the other choices were. A spanking, spinach salad, mayonnaise milkshake, or BotCon. And so those are their choices. Oh, Jan Ulrich is a cycling dude. Okay. Yep. We see that. Kristen with the flex on that. Always showing off her out of print Lemire. Never forget. Right. Yeah. That's prominently displayed.
It's just pretty.
Audible works fine on an iPad. Yeah. Well, we're not talking about Audible.
We're really not.
Yeah. What the hell? My Justice League New 52 Volume 2 Omni comes in today. The one read we both agree on, which is the best Justice League run ever. Buddy, right, Aku, right on. I wish I liked Apple so my last name would fit more, but I hate Apple. Why? You're a hater? I'm going to put you in timeout with Krista.
You can be a hater. It's okay.
Yeah. Lose some percent of it. Okay.
That's exactly it. Apple actually takes I think it's 30 or 40% of every in-app purchase, no matter what app, from all the apps.
Yeah.
If you do it on an iPhone or iPad, it's crazy.
So, since you're not an Apple fan, why did you get an iPad? I'm a huge Apple fan, and I don't take it personally.
I just said I'm not a huge Apple person. I love an iPad.
Oh, okay.
I used to have an iPhone. I'll never go back, but I love my iPad. I think that's a great device. So, was it worth the money? No, it's all overpriced.
Well, yeah, that's something we definitely agree on.
I do have an old Mac laptop I still use, but still wasn't worth the price.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I'm thinking of subscription to DC Unlimited thing. They're on a 6-month time release lag, whereas, just so you know, Marvel Unlimited is now 3 months. Because I went there to look for the Mark Waid Superman Batman book, and it's up to issue 6, so none of them are on there yet. And I was like, this fakakta thing, DC Unlimited, I hate it. And then I realized it was because they hadn't, it was the 6-month time lag thing. I do like DC Unlimited. It's not Unlimited, it's DC Infinite, I think, and it's Marvel Unlimited. I love both. I love the Marvel one. I'm starting to like the DC one more. I think Jim Lee is putting all his efforts into making it better. I remember when we had Taylor, the Minister of Comics, and I were interviewing Philip Kennedy Johnson, and it came to what Jim Lee was up to. And so I kiddingly said, hey, can you tell Jim Lee to make the DC Comics app a little friendlier and deeper? Because not everybody wants Superman from the 1940s and then somebody else's New Gods run from the 80s or whatever. And he said, oh yeah, I'll go tell him right away. Which was funny. Okay. Here's True Graphic Novel. What up, True Graphic Novel? Oh, there's Zorph. How you doing? Cycle says you'll be able to buy Cosmic Detective, Matt Kint said on Insta.
Cool.
Comics versus the World. Can't wait. Can't stick around to watch live. You rat bastard. But I'll be watching back later. Oh, okay. Peace and love. I guess I should read. Show off the shirt and explain it to us. Okay. I assume that's me, but Kristen can too. This is my Avengers shirt, which has a blue Hulk for some reason. Okay, wait. I'll highlight myself. Just a sec. I removed myself. Okay. So Black Widow's there, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Oh, I guess it's just a Marvel shirt. But then Hulk is there, and he's blue. I don't remember a blue Hulk.
Also weirdly placed 2 Iron Mans, huh?
Yeah, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't think that one through. But it's a Marvel shirt. Here you can see what the issue is down here. My paint pump sticks out and I have to get a shirt size larger because the paint pump sticks out. But I also had to lose weight, so it worked out for me.
Cool shirt.
In the end. Thank you. Even though I'd read from Super Laugh Hard, even though I'd read the first 2 trades a few times over the years, I feel pleased to have finally read Volume 1 of Absolute Sandman this week. I'll start Volume 2 today. Cycle, you chased him out of the chat. I'm just popping in for a minute or two. We'll watch it all later. Very proud of you and your job news and happy for you and read both.
Thanks, Dad.
Neat. Oh, how far behind am I? I guess I must be pretty fine. Lots of people congratulating you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
This was my question, too. Gerard Way of comic fame and apparently something else.
Yeah, he did something else. That's fine.
Hey, Marcelo. More congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
definitely tell him that, Freddie, for sure.
Sorry, Joe Cool. Maybe the start of your week will get better now because you're watching us.
Hopefully.
And then, okay, so they're talking to each other. Cycle and Taylor are talking to each other.
Best friends.
Yes, it is fine to get nice to get a whole wardrobe back. Nice glitch there. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, Kristen got a promotion and Reed got a new job, and they saw Gerard Way's side project, whatever he's doing besides young Omni Bros or whatever, his Young Animal. That's what it is.
Thank you, Taylor.
Congrats. Okay, they're still talking to each other. That's directed to you. That's your fault.
It really works on iPads. I mean, someone must. But it's not. It's still not an iPad problem. That whole app has been garbage since they updated it. So
it has been ever since Amazon like fully folded it in.
Yeah,
it's been awful.
It's been a problem.
Wow, OmniCat really flopped. Sorry, dude. I tried.
It's not bad.
Okay, I
can't rebrand now. You know, it's not possible.
Hey, Isaac. John, here's Johnny. Johnny, who wants to buy you and your dad's books. This is Johnny.
Is he going after my dad too?
Yeah, he is.
All right.
I forwarded your dad the Larry. Did you get that email I sent you about Johnny?
He may be gone now.
Your dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a bunch. Still, Taylor and Cycle are still talking to each other. What show is getting watched next that you seem to be in the mood? That's a good question. I caught up on all of Harley Quinn. I watched Peacemaker. I'd love to say it's going to be Stranger Things. I'm still struggling through season 3. I don't know. Season 3 just bummed me out. But
you have to get through it. There are not that many episodes. You got this. It'll be fine. It'll be worth it.
It's either going to be Stranger Things 3. I'm going to wait till more of She-Hulk drops to watch it. There's a bunch of Marvel D plus shows that I haven't seen or finished. I don't know. I was thinking about watching Happy Madison again. Happy Gilmore. Sorry.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah.
What I'm currently watching also has nothing to do with comics or anything. But Reed and I fell into the Nailed It hole. Do you know Nailed It on Netflix?
That is the proudly overweight Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I heard her describe herself. I am proudly overweight or something.
Nicole Byer, yeah, she's awesome. She's hilarious.
I've heard. Yeah, I just now read about it.
I think you and your wife should totally watch it. I feel like that's a show you guys could get into together.
Oh.
But do you know the concept? Do you get it?
It's a bake show or something, right?
Yeah, so it's like they're like 30-minute episodes, a little bit less than that, I think. But it's 3 bakers that are just like home bakers. They like baking, and they try to recreate these masterpieces, and of course, horribly fail at it. And it's hilarious. It's always just so funny. They'll like reveal their cake they made, and it's so bad. And the judges, so there's always like her, she's the host, she's awesome. There's a main chef guy who's wonderful, or baker guy. And then there's always like a guest host who's like sometimes a comedian or sometimes another like, baker or someone. And they all have to try what these people ended up making. And sometimes it tastes really good and it looks terrible, right?
Yeah.
Or sometimes like maybe they grab the salt instead of the sugar or something, And it's wonderful because they still have to taste it, and their reactions are so good. It's just
the judges.
fun. Yeah. It's very fun, and it's not meant to be like good or impressive, and that's the point. I love it.
That sounds fun. I love her whole concept that she's leaning into who she is, and like I like that.
Wonderful.
She's like, no body shaming. F you guys. This is who I am.
Yeah, she's awesome. If you do end up watching it, just start at the beginning because like it feels like a progression of a show too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Call Me Top Gun is still lobbying for your father to be his internet father.
I have no siblings. I don't know who you are.
Oh, Warren Weaver and I agree on something. New 52JL is boss. Nice. I recently read Rainbow Bridge and The Girl and the Glim. I think you would especially like both of them, Kristen.
That's so funny because I got Rainbow Bridge from the library recently and started The Girl and the Glim. I need to get back into it because I like what I've read so far. So yeah, I think you're right. I will like those too. Thank you for that.
Big J, Comic Cat.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
It's just like that. It's not happening.
Not organically happening at all. Natural Bridge just started Animal Man, and it's already lovely. Very nice.
I loved it.
Yeah. I need to reread that. Yeah, I just said, so I must be behind. But everything's coming up roses in the bed of flowers that Kristen calls her life.
It's great.
Joey, good morning, OmniDog, my bro. So glad to catch you live. Been dancing and partying all night in Australia. You are the best. Right on. So, wait. What is it tomorrow in Australia already? So you stayed up all Saturday night, so you're catching us Sunday morning? Is that how that works? Hoopla has the books as soon as they are released in trade. So Snow Angels isn't on Hoopla either.
You know what? Now that I see that it was published by Dark Horse, I'm going to check because they do have Dark Horse. But I thought they had some like digital hold on it at least.
Oh.
But maybe not. I'm checking now. I'm not seeing it. So I think that's what it is.
Is this Robin and Batman by Lemire? It's by art by Dustin Nguyen. It's honestly the best Batman Robin I've read, and it fits in perfectly with Dark Victory. Ooh, I need to reread Dark Victory then, because I believe that Organic Price Books is sending me a review copy of that. Since I asked, and he said, sure. Thank you, buddy. Oh, that's Beast? Well, I'm looking at him from upside down. You sure that's Beast? It looks pretty hulky. I don't think you guys are right. That's not Beast. That's Hulk. Don't give me the crying laughter emoji. Let me show you again, you spud. Tell me this is Beast. That's not Beast. Oh, there's Black Panther. That's a Hulk face. If I could get any closer, I would. Here.
Also, it'd be random to have Beast, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Beast wouldn't be there because there's no other X-Men on this. So take that crying, laughing emoji back. Nice Avengers shirt. Thank you. Hello, lovelies from Remsco. Okay. Cycle and Taylor are still talking amongst themselves. Maybe the Hulk is supposed to be Natural Bridge. Yo, Jess, have you been reading comics constantly since childhood? Or was there a long period where you completely stopped reading? If so, what brought you back? I've talked about it before, but I'm happy to talk about it again. I was mostly a DC kid, but when I was about 14 or 15, I really got into Spider-Man and Captain America for some reason. Since I was about 6 till the time I was 17, I read constantly comic books every week. There was a spinner rack in the drugstore, which is where you got your comics. And then I turned 17, which was 1976. And I was reading Justice League, and I thought, I'm not enjoying this at all. I don't like the stories. I don't like the art. I'm 17 years old. I don't have a girlfriend. Why am I reading comics? This blows. So I quit all through then and all through college. And what brought me back was Dark Knight Returns. And then Watchmen kept me hooked. Let's see. Yeah. And then I got back into comics. So around 85, I got back into comics. So I was gone for like 9 years. Good question. Jose from Singapore. Hi, Jess. I'm jumping into the Harley Quinn wheelhouse, but focusing first on alternate reads of her character. Gotten the black label of Harleen, Harley Joker, and White Knight Harley Quinn for now. Those are all great books, fantastic books. I love all three of those. They're great iterations of her. Something's cool to call me Top Gun. Okay. Oh, here's Unstoppable. What's up, Bar? Good to see you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. See, I know how to speak that language too. So welcome. Yes, Bar is everybody's happy to see Bar. Oh, here's John. Hi, Justin, Kristen. Hope you're both having a great Saturday. We are. Oh, Love, Death, Robots. I have heard a lot about Love, Death, Robots. Fast watch. Season 3 of Stranger Things is my favorite. Maybe I just need to push through.
I thought it was great too. I'm with you, Bar. It's great.
Here's awesome news, Kristen. Time to treat yourself.
Thanks, Marcelo. You know what? Maybe I should buy some books, y'all. What do you think?
Yeah. What books? Do you have any books that you were thinking of buying and you were just like, maybe later?
You know, there's a ton of those. I haven't bought anything in a while. Let me check my wish list on a website that is not OPB. Let's see here.
Everybody loves Bar. What's up, Bar? Says Max. Jess, did you ever watched Legion of Superheroes animated series from 2006 on Kids WB? I have not watched it. I would like to. I have HBO Max. That's the one. That and Netflix are the two streaming services I use the most. So I'm happy to watch any Legion of Superheroes. And I know that Taylor, since he has Bouncing Boy there, Nailed It is one of my son's favorite shows.
As it should be.
And Taylor, if you haven't watched Peacemaker drops Matter Eater Lad's name in this show, and it's very funny because they all go like, "What, he eats things? What kind of superpower is that?" And Peacemaker's like, "I know, right? He just went around eating things." Stranger Things season 4. Okay. I've only seen Nicole when she's guest judging on Drag Race. Maybe this is what I should watch.
No. What are you doing? just after the show, go watch Stranger Things. I don't know what's happening. It's been years since we started talking about it. It feels like you have to finish Stranger Things.
That's fair. Okay. I do I have to go spray weed killer after this, but it's too hot, so I'd rather stay indoors. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, new Beavis and Butthead movie. I love Beavis and Butthead. Kristen, did your dad introduce you to comics at a young age?
I remember like having, maybe some of those like Disney adaptation comics as a kid, things like that. And then I was my appendix ruptured when I was 11.
Ooh.
And that is ultimately what got my dad back into comics after not being into comics for a
You're
really
going
long
to say
time.
back into your life.
No, because I was in the hospital for a month and he would have to like be there bored because I'm, what am I doing? Just laying in bed, right? Recovering from
fighting for your life.
Very fatal situation. What could have been a fatal situation. I'm here, so it's good. But yeah, so he I think he said he picked up like Days of Future Past, like a trade. And that's what got him back into it. So then after that, I would go to the comic shop with him like every Wednesday. And as a teenager, and some of the first comics I loved collecting was like the Buffy comics back in the first era of Dark Horse days, which were not good. But at the time I loved because I was like, yay, more of the show.
Oh, those first books weren't good?
No, they're notoriously not great. There's probably some sprinkled in there that were good, right? But the seasons are where it's at. Like that's when it became great. But this was like during the show times.
Jesse, you're reading Grimm by Stephanie Phillips. I will as soon as it gets collected. I feel like maybe only 3 issues or so have come out. But I love Stephanie Phillips. She's doing a great job on Harley.
I saw her at Heroes Con.
Oh, you did?
Cool hair. Yeah.
She has what? Cool hair?
Cool hair, yeah.
Yeah, like what does it look like?
Kind of like mine, but shorter.
Oh,
like
okay.
She had some of it buzzed and like just had a little bit at the top. Yeah, she looked cool.
How old is she? In her 20s, 30s, would you guess?
She looks maybe late 20s, something like that. Maybe early 30s.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yes, anyone who has reprints of Gold and Silver and Bronze Age comics, I could be interested in them. Only recently started getting into Marvel. He bought a ton of my stuff when I started my purge last year. So he's definitely, and he lives in Finland, but he's totally willing to pay the shipping. He's from the United States, but he lives in Finland. So yeah, anybody, you can get in touch with me, and I will have Johnny get in touch with you. If you want to get in touch with me, here's my email address, and I can put Johnny in touch with you. I've sold Johnny a bunch of good stuff, or a bunch of stuff that he really wanted and likes, and he's a good guy. Imagine disowning me, sis.
Who?
Sad
Who are
face.
you? What's happening? Someone mentioned Is It Cake? Yeah, Is It Cake was fun too.
Oh, Is It Cake was a fun watch. Okay. No, I started to call you that, but then you called me Jess, so I corrected. Popgun, now that you're calling me Ness. Cut it out. I have hope that someday we'll be able to talk about Legion's last season. That's what I need to finish. It's off my DVR now because for some reason my DVR thinks it's a real person, and if I don't watch something in time, it just says, oh, I guess he doesn't care, so I'm getting rid of it. So maybe it's on Hulu. I was only through episode 3, and it was still interesting enough that I wanted to finish it. Okay.
Kristen Cat. I'll take that one. Thank you. I'll let you know for sure.
Hey, jerk. My haircut looks really. Didn't finish it. T-Lar Blunt. Okay, everybody's talking amongst themselves in this. So that is not Beast. It's not Beast. What would Beast? It's not. Why would Beast be on this? There's Captain America, Spider-Man. Oh, and then just random Beast? No, I'm telling you, it was a color problem. This is Hulk. Look, does that look like Beast to you? No.
It doesn't.
No. So quit. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so they're all talking to each other. It is the Hulk. Okay, yeah, everybody's talking to each other. This is going to be easy to catch up on because they're not talking to us. Oh, she's talking to you here.
Oh, thanks, Mary. That's a cute mug. OmniCat, yeah. It references coffee, which I don't even drink anymore, but
oh,
it's cute. This is full of water.
That's neither Hulk nor Beast. It's a much worse looking The Unstoppable Bar on a bad hair day. I think of you as looking like your avatar, Unstoppable Bar. So let's see. Bar, where's tail? You still drop jaws. Everybody has a crush on Bar. Omnibusy multiple times. Okay. I speak the language of love the best. Okay. Jess. Okay. So after DKR and Watchmen, how did you get into Hate and 8 Ball? That's a good question. I feel like I started reading. Let me think here, because I started in my apartment. I started in LA in '85 reading DKR. Then I moved here, and in my apartment is my first apartment here is when I got Watchmen. Started reading it in single issues. I feel like it was probably the late '80s, early '90s. Whenever 8 Ball and Hate first came out, I was really into not only superheroes, but trying to find other interesting stuff. I always liked Zippy the Pinhead by Bill Griffith and R. Crumb and stuff. So not that and American Splendor. So I would say when I would just go to at this point, I had a little store in Old Town Alexandria that I would go to that's actually still there, After Time Comics. And I would just ask, so what's cool and unusual? And they would tell me about Hate and 8 Ball. And that's when I started collecting them. No, do not tell Omar to send me Goiter issues. Goiter. The Legion show isn't on Max, sadly. Is it on Hulu? That's true. Yeah, that book plate is infamous. Jess, what did you think about Sandman Mystery Theater? It looks really good, and I'm thinking about ordering the compendium. It's a different kind of Sandman. They use Wesley Dodds. Who put on, like a gas mask and had a gas gun, and it's more of a detective crime solving thing. I loved it. I foolishly bought all the trades that I could find, which never got finished, and now they're coming out with a compendium. So I'll keep the trades, and I think I have 8 trades. So once they get caught up to the 8th trade, I'll buy a compendium after that. Uh-oh.
I don't know why you keep showing this pop gun guy. We're not friends. We're certainly not siblings. And all they can say is like, aggressively not okay things to me. So like Pop Gun, you can just skip past their comments. That's fine.
Did you guys enjoy the Watchmen HBO series? I barely watched it and thought it was quite good. If it was quite good, how come you didn't finish it?
That's weird.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Amazing. I don't know if Kristen saw it.
I don't have HBO, so I never saw it.
So Kristen didn't see it. It was amazing.
Yeah, I would like to see it sometime.
Here's
okay,
his appendix ruptured also.
Now I feel for you, I guess. Except did it, or you just try to copy me because you're wanting to be my sibling, which is strange.
T-Lar's still in here. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That really happened to Pop Gun that I'm sorry for him.
Here's a question from T-Lar Blunt.
Have I watched DC Superhero Girls? It's an awesome anime series with all the great DC girl heroes as main characters. My daughter and I love it. I have not seen it. Is that on HBO? Where do we watch that at? Do you know?
I don't. This is the first I'm hearing of it because Tyler's a jerk and wouldn't tell me about anything interesting that he does. He just makes me buy crappy Mezco figures. This is for you.
How good are those children's books you talked about in your last video? Yeah, you can check out my last video on the Comic Slayer channel. We hit 300 subs, so that's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but we got a lot of like quote unquote kids graphic novels from the library, and by that I mean it's all ages. It's whoever wants to read them. I've read a few of them, and I like the ones I've read. So we will have to do a follow-up video on that for sure.
And the link for all of Kristen and Reed's information is in the description below this video.
Thank you.
Okay. That is totally not Beast. I'm going to put you in timeout pretty soon. Yeah, you guys are yeah, that's right. I don't show it to that guy that super chats us in Omnibus to stand up and show our shirts. Saying that I look like Harley Quinn drawn by Jennifer Son is the best compliment I've ever gotten. Nice. Well, maybe you'd get it if you weren't too busy talking to Taylor about Underground Comics in the chat. Just that bike from the new Batman is $10. Stop and buy one on Amazon right now. Is that from the new Batman? Oh, I saw Batman 66 had a motorcycle with like a bat cycle with a sidecar, and even Batgirl could fit on it. Okay, I'll look for that. If only we could send pictures on here, I would have posted my picture with Gal Gadot from 2008 for everyone to gawk at. Am I saying, okay, Unstoppable Bar, since you're both from Israel, am I saying her name properly? Everybody says Gal Gadot, but somebody once said to me, she's Israeli. She's not French. It's Gal Gadot. But everybody says Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. So what's the right way to pronounce it? Yeah, Cap's here. Cap is right here. You can see my wrinkly shirt there. Cap's here, only he's blue and looks like Beast. There's Cap. Legion is on Hulu. Okay. That restaurant they are sitting in front of on American Splendor #1 is still going strong and makes amazing food and is famous for their milkshakes. I go there like once a month. Oh, that's cool.
You know, I need to know for Cycle Cleveland. Is he like a specialized guy? I see a giant guy. I need to know. So Cycle, when you hear this, holler at me. I'm curious.
Oh, I heard Banshee was good, but I can't add anything to my. No, not going to. Oh, it's on Netflix, Kristen. Super Girls, Superhero
Cool.
Girls.
I'll write that down. Thanks, Tyler.
Are you sure about that? Because Freddie says it's on HBO Max, but you can see a lot on YouTube.
Okay.
Just you lie. I have a Cyclops Mezco here that you forced me to get. That's true. I forced you to get all Mezco and all Hot Toys. And you deserve to spend your money on that because it only costs 32 cents to live in Mississippi. Here is a question for you.
What will be your next Marvel out-of-print omnibus to read during this month and September's Omni less Marvel releases? What will be your I'm trying to understand the question. Are you, your next Marvel out-of-print omnibus to read? Are you saying that I have some that I need to read? I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't even know what's out of print anymore. I'm very out of it at this point.
Yeah, actually, stuff. Although on Close to Fair Condition, Omar said that they're putting reprints on the back burner for a while, I guess. But so I don't know. I'm not really sure what that question means either. Out of print omnibuses, maybe.
Well, and the Omni less Marvel release. I don't know.
September may have no Marvel Omnis.
Okay, so maybe that's okay. Well, I wouldn't even know that because I haven't bought an Omni in a while. I don't know what's out of print. I have no idea what's out of print. I couldn't even tell you. I have no Is there something behind me anybody sees where you're like, you should read that because it's out of print? Let me know.
Oh, okay. The main series, DC Superhero Girls on Netflix and specials movies on Max. Okay, so it's on Netflix. Oh, Drifter Bike from the movie. I'm using it for G.I. Joe. Actually, I think Hawkeye might. Wait, here's Thor. I thought there was a Hawkeye on here. Thor is on here. There's Black Panther. Cap. Scarlet Witch. Or no, that's Black Widow. No, I guess there is no Hawkeye on here. Because I thought there was. Jess, if the Unstoppable Bar email you the picture of her and Gal Gadot from 2008, you could show it off. That is true. The person who corrected you was right. We say Gal Gadot. The T is not silent and should definitely be pronounced. Well, that was about 3 years ago or 4 years ago on Omnibros. So it's Gal Gadot. I'm glad I said something. Hey, here's our buddy. What's that?
How does she say it? Have we heard her say her name? Because I know throughout life, some people change the pronunciations of their last name. Lindsay Lohan being one, you may recall.
What did she change her name to?
Lohan.
Lohan instead of Lohan?
We would all say Lohan, and
yeah.
She never corrected anyone. And then finally she was like, it's actually Lohan. And we're like, no, it's not. So
okay. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'll do it.
This is about your shirt.
I know, this is all about my shirt. I thought I saw an interview where she said it was pronounced Gal Gadot. So it's not even Gal, it's Gal. Gal Gadot.
That's too hard for us dumb Americans to say.
Holy smoke. Yeah, send it to me right now, Bar. I'll show it. Let's see. Here's my email. I'll drag it off and I'll open it up and show it if you want to send it. Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot pronounces the T.
She needs to start correcting these like interviewers and stuff then, right?
Yeah. Hey, how did you collect Harley Quinn by Carl Kessel? Because I feel like those 2 deluxe editions collect 1 through 26, but there's no deluxe edition for issues 26 to 28. Right. There's not. I still have all that. Harley's something that I sometimes triple dip on. I still have all the floppies of all Harley that I could get my hands on, and that Carl Kessel. Yeah, it stops before it's completed. So I don't know what they're going to do about the 12 issues. I would guess the 12 or 13 issues will eventually be collected into a hardcover. I'm hoping. I remember being jealous of Kristen's Essex County, but I found a new one at the used bookstore for $39.
That's how you do it. That's awesome.
That is a score. Here's a question for you.
Have you read She-Hulk Omnibus? That's since the Disney series is currently going on. Her omnis are going out of print fast. I've read the one by Byrne. I have not read the other one, Dan Slott's.
Dan Slott's is my favorite.
I need to read it then.
I think you'd really really enjoy it. It's getting reprinted as an Omni if you decide to buy an Omni.
I mean, I have this.
Oh, you already have it.
Yeah, I just haven't read it. I would like to sell Barron's actually, so I need to do that. If it's going out of print, I will absolutely do that.
Did you enjoy it at all? But I guess you're selling it, so
I liked it fine. I think it's very of the time. So I would never reread it for maybe that reason, but it's fine.
Yeah. Why don't we take a break on the chat and let it get 40 minutes ahead of us as we talk about the books that we chose for each other to read. Why don't we talk about 2 books and then go back to the chat?
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Sounds good. You want me to go?
Sure.
Start with the Stuff of Legend. This is book 1, The Dark. So it's just the first book. Y'all may remember Jess talking about this one, where basically the boogeyman steals away these toys, the little boy that played with these toys, and they're like, "Oh no, he's been stolen by the boogeyman. We gotta go find him, and we gotta go get him back from this other world, basically." And in this other world, all these toys like come to life, and they're like actually the things they are. Like, here's the colonel guy, the army dude, and the pig's an actual pig, the piggy bank, and they go to battle trying to find their boy, and they're in this other world, and it's all kinds of, it's a wild ride. It's very fun, and I need to know what happens. So I really liked it.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. I'm so pleased to hear that. Since you were going off my recommendation, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I got lucky and liked every single book. I'll talk about the hilarious My Bad from Ahoy Comics. It's co-written by Mark Russell and Bryce Ingman, illustrated by Peter Krause from Irredeemable. And it is just a super huge satire on all comic superheroes. Like the Chandelier is the heir to the Chandelier. Let's see. It's his take on Batman. He wears a chandelier on his head and has a chandelier ship that has like a light bulb at the end of it. and he has a business. He's completely self-absorbed and worthless. His sidekick was Man-Child, who turns into like a Hulk-like character. It is there's an alien. The main bad guy is Emperor King, who always is trying to kill the Accelerator, who's a super fast guy from an alien planet, and he's mostly famous for his fried chicken stores. It makes fun of everything, and there's a guy named Rush Hour, and his superpower is to try and help LA traffic get unjammed. And he falls into a trap set for the Accelerator by Emperor King. It's mainly about I would say Emperor King is the main character in this book. It's super funny. The letters pages are funny. There's Acid Chimp. He gets a hold of acid and throws it on people, mostly Rush Hour. There's really funny interstitials. There's really funny letters pages. I loved this book, and the artwork's great, but the satire, I don't know what Mark Russell wrote and what Bryce Ingman wrote, or what their process is. But it's hilarious. I highly recommend this to everyone. Again, it's called My Bad, and it's an important new superhero universe is what it's called. And anybody that's read 3 DC comics and 3 Marvel comics will get a huge kick out of this. It's hilarious and really, really funny. Ahoy Comics. It's just wild and crazy and fun, and I loved it. There's a Canadian superhero. They only have 2 of them. His name is what's his name? Legroom. They all have hilarious names. He's really tall. His name's Legroom. And this is 5 out of 5. One of my favorite books of the year. My Bad.
Love that for you. That sounds fun.
It was really fun. I was really happy to get it and read it.
All right, you said 2, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna just go to the one that I think I like the least.
Uh-oh.
No, I for sure like the least. Which is interesting because I thought I would like the most. And that's, of course, Harley. Just kidding. It's Proctor Valley Road.
Jerk.
Yeah. So this one, which was like co-written by Grant Morrison and put out by Boom, had a really cool concept. A group of teenagers in the 70s go out in the middle, like find themselves on this road that basically there's like demons and witches, and like there's a whole situation, and there's a creep factor to this road, right? So things are happening on this road. They go out, and in the middle of this road, they find themselves, and some of these boys they were with get taken away. They disappear, and the whole town starts blaming this group of friends, saying you killed these boys, basically. And I really love the art. I will say, love the art. I liked the characters, but there was just something about it should be creepy. I didn't find it creepy at all. There was just something about the story that I was like, I don't think this is as good as, I definitely thought it would be way better. So there was some disconnect between the actual story and the characters, I want to say, because I liked the characters a lot, actually. So I don't know. I'd say if you want to check it out, it's on Hoopla. Check it out there.
I don't think I own that one. So is it done in that paperback?
Yes.
So it was your least favorite. That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. But I'm glad I read it because now I can get rid of it.
Well, here's the moment you've all been waiting for, to see Unstoppable Bar with Gal Gadot. Chrome tab. Here she is. Can you see that? I am assuming that Bar is the small 8-year-old child in that. Let's see if I can get it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I can.
That's a fun photo. What's the story behind this photo? Do we know?
What?
Bar, you want to share?
There's Bar.
You know, weird, Jess.
Sorry. There's Bar, and there she is with Gal Gadot. Yeah, what is the story? Was she, if this was 2008, was she, what was she? I know she was like Miss Israel. Was she a big celebrity in Israel before she went on to become an actress and stuff? I actually don't know anything about her. I have not read The Burned She-Hulk. I have it, but I haven't read it yet. Hi, Real Big Cohen. I'm 22 now, so it's not like I'm a minor, LOL, and I still look the exact same as I did then, just a bit older. Yeah, my bad was really great. When is the next OmniCat Read video dropping? That's actually the Comic Slayer. She's only OmniCat on this show.
It's my secret.
Under protest.
You know, I may put one up today. We actually have one filmed that I just haven't put up. Like it's just privated, so I should probably just put it to public. So how about today?
Okay. The story is she was performing at Israel's biggest annual children's show. That happens every year around Hanukkah. My aunt had behind the scenes access because of her job. So like, what was Gal Gadot at that time? She was performing. When did she become Wonder Woman? Like 2016? When was Batman versus Superman? That's where she first appeared. I feel like that was 2016. So what was Gal Gadot? She was a performer, Miss Israel. When she performed, can she sing, dance, rap? The show is called Festigal in Israel and has a story, characters, and songs, basically like Broadway show for kids.
Cool.
And Gal Gadot starred in. Yeah, thanks. We know that. That's what we're talking about. Israeli stuff. It was Festigal. Gal Gadot back then was a model and an actress, but she's got a nice voice. Well, then I hate her because not only is she an attractive model and probably a really good wife and mom, but she's got a nice voice too. So now I hate her.
Also, that's a very nice photo. So I assume she was very nice to you as an 8-year-old, which is awesome.
Yeah, let's look at that photo again. And I won't jack it around this time. I'll just. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cute photo.
That is a cute photo.
Do you have it like framed in your house, Bar?
Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
No, that'd be weird, especially because you just got it.
Yeah, especially it's at the framers right now. Not Festivus, Festigal. Festigal Gadot. I'm caught up. Wow. I'm caught up on everything. I will talk about a book that I read and enjoyed, but didn't finish. Generation X, Back to School. I've already ordered the second one, which is also a volume 1, strangely, but I love the Young Mutants storylines. I think you and I talked about it last time, how we sort of like New Mutants, the Younger Mutants storylines. It's very Orphan Maker. It's very 90s, but it's still okay because I thought it was it's just fun. It's just 90s goofy fun, and it's got it's actually, the art is of course very 90s, so it's actually very good art. And I can't tell you what it was all about because I didn't finish it, except it's Generation X being young mutants.
Jess, I thought you were going to say you finished it.
I know. Okay, yeah, I finished it and loved it. I know. I told Chris and I was going to lie about it, but I just couldn't finish it in time. But I did like it, what I read, which was about a third of it.
Good deal.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Wait, what was the second? What was the other book I talked about? Oh, I guess that was the second book I talked about.
I think that was the second one. I think you got distracted by the chat, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, Chris, here's another. Buck Hollow's art rules. Loved his issues of Generation X. I didn't know her back then, so I was pretty shy. And no, unfortunately, I lost the photo. Maybe I'll develop it again and get it framed.
Yeah, go get it printed somewhere.
No, I just reread what I had forgotten, which was the first third. Generation X New Mutants are even newer. Okay. Oh, that's right. She was in the Fast and the Furious, the fifth one. She kept playing with my hair and she said she loved my curls. What a nice woman. I mean, I love your curls too, but she was a super celebrity. So that was 2009 that she was in Fast and the Furious, apparently. Okay. Gal Gadot. Next time I have reason to say her name, I'll say it properly.
Nice. Well,
yeah.
the next thing I read was Matt Kent's Super Spy.
What'd you think of that? I haven't read it.
Well, you know, I have been up and down on Matt Kent stuff in the past, right? There's certain things I've really liked, certain things I couldn't finish. But I actually really enjoyed this much more than I thought I would. It is just a collection of little spy stories. So they're all very short. Some of them are a little longer than other ones. The longer ones I like. I think he does a better job with the longer ones. And it's hard, especially with comics, to do short form, like 2 pages, 3-page comics and make it work and not have your audience really just wishing there was more, you know? But yeah, this was really fun. So if you're into, spy stories, you're going to get a wide variety here. And some I think were absolutely better than others. That's any anthology collection, I feel like. But there was something that came back around with certain characters. And that was really cool to see. So yeah, this was really fun.
Oh, it's good.
Am I going to keep it? Absolutely not. I'm not keeping this. But I will say, I think this is sketched and signed. But maybe if someone in the chat has this, let me know if this is just a part of it. Because the pages in here make me not understand. I can't tell, really, if that's what this is.
Wait, let me highlight that.
Looks like it is. But maybe it's in every copy? I don't know.
I don't know where my Super Spy copy is offhand.
Oh, you have one? Okay. Yeah, I would like to know.
I do have it somewhere. I'll have to look.
Okay. But yeah, I'm not going to keep it, but I liked it. It's a good time.
Oh, this is please hit the like button for Jess is making great effort showing off his books and shirt. Thank you.
Really just a shirt at this point. He's really good at showing off a shirt.
Yeah, I think that I believe, Bar, you can correct me, but I believe every Israeli citizen has a mandatory 2 years in the Israeli Defense Forces.
I
think that's your duty. Oh, and she also has a law degree. Who is this person? Wow. What are the Matt Kint books that got thumbs down from you?
I'm trying to remember. I was gonna go to Goodreads, but there's definitely one I couldn't even finish. I want to say it was Revolver, which I know someone loved earlier. I think it was Revolver. No, that wasn't. No, it wasn't Revolver. Pistol Whip. Pistol Whip.
Pistol Whip.
Pistol Whip couldn't complete. Bought it secondhand and then threw it back at that store. I was like, that's the one. That was it. That's
How dare you sell this to me? What's wrong with you?
But I loved like I haven't finished Department H, but I love what I've read of that. So that's one I liked a lot.
Yeah, everyone has mandatory service except for those who get exceptions for health or religious reasons. What tell us about your service then, Bar? Unless you had religious reasons or health reasons. Did you serve in the Israeli military forces? That sounds interesting to me.
Oh, and The Tooth. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah, The Tooth.
The Tooth. Hated that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one, no.
Oh, and Bar was in the Army from 2018 to 2020. I remember liking Revolver, but I don't think I've read Red-Handed. I remember liking Red Revolver. I remember liking Revolver, but I haven't read Red-Handed.
I haven't read either one. And I definitely said Revolver, but I definitely meant Pistol Whip. So I have not read Revolver, actually.
Rick Ray is here. Fear Case by Matt Kint was underwhelming for me.
Haven't read that either.
Bar could beat us all up. It's possible. Why don't you start with Cycle Cleveland, Bar? You guys have read Mind Management, right? It's an incredibly ambitious comic.
I've read the first book. That's it.
I read it all in floppies, and I really enjoyed it.
I need to go back to it.
Rick Ray loves 3 Story. I think I have that somewhere.
I also have that somewhere.
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can beat everyone up. So be careful what you say about Harley Quinn. That's right, Unstoppable Bar. This is funny. Big J says that's where you earn the rank of Unstoppable. It makes sense. He's continuing Mind Management with Flux Horse. I've changed it. It's Flux Horse now.
It's better.
And Mind Management is a banger. I've recently clued into that new term banger. Riley uses it a lot. This issue was a banger.
Oh, I use that too. It's a good one to use. I like it.
Okay. This show is a banger.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Absolute banger.
Yeah, absolute banger.
It's a certified banger, really.
Jess, you need to do an interview with the Unstoppable Bar. She have to be the most interesting person in this chat.
Maybe you should do an interview with James, just so you can read his comments out loud.
Hey, you're the one that said it, pal. She's coming to Cleveland to beat you up personally. In front of that milkshake restaurant you like so much.
Hey, I was just in Ohio.
Where were you?
Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. You just said that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have Skyline chili?
I didn't. We were tempted, but we went to, what was the place called? I can't remember. It's maybe City Bird, something like that. It was maybe a local place. We'd never heard of it. Anyway, it's very good.
What did you have?
We just got some chicken tenders, but there was something about the chicken tenders. Like the breading was real thin, so it didn't feel like garbage eating it. You know what I mean? It was just seasoned really well. It was good. We needed something quick for the show, so we did that. And our favorite place to go to in Cincinnati is called Jungle Gyms, and it's this big international market. Like there's aisles from like, here's stuff from this country, here's your Ireland soda and stuff, here's your, like it's the coolest place.
Oh, wow.
We love it.
Speaking of Ireland, have you ever had like a deep fried Snickers or deep fried Mars bar or anything?
I haven't. There
was a fish and chips place in Old Town here by a guy from Ireland. He created a bunch of restaurants. He's a very famous chef, and all they served was fish and chips, and then their dessert was on a stick, deep fried Mars bars and Snickers and Milky Ways, which is
Wow.
apparently a big thing in Ireland, or maybe he just likes them.
Have you had a Scotch egg?
No,
Have you
I've
heard
heard
of
of them. I've heard of them.
Yeah. So it's like a boiled egg, and then the surrounding of it is like sausage, and then like there's some sort of batter on it, and they fry that, and I think they deep fry it. Shockingly, really good. Like it shouldn't be to our American brains. It shouldn't be. I think it's a Scotland thing. I'm pretty sure.
It sounds good. Well, Hayden's from Scotland. Hayden, have
Yeah,
you
Hayden, let
had
me know. Is that right?
a Scotch egg?
I had
I
one like a
leave
few
the
months ago.
chat for a few minutes and come back to threats of violence. Yeah.
That's how I do
Cycle's
it.
going off. He says, I am the most interesting, to which Unstoppable Bar says, you can't claim the title. You have to earn it.
Cycle's also saying if it wasn't Cleveland or Columbus areas, is it really in it? I've been to both. I've been and enjoyed both Cleveland and Columbus. So does that
Same.
count for anything? Yeah.
Same. I was born in Akron, but then we moved to California. But then I have relatives in Cleveland, so I used to visit it all the time. Cincinnati is barely Ohio.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was able to get there so fast.
Cycle Cleveland. Have you served in the Cleveland Army? Let's see. Oh, in Singapore, we also need to do a 2-year military mandatory series. I was in the Navy as part of the submarine sector. I didn't even know Singapore had a military. Who are they worried about? Us? Probably the U.S. Everybody's worried about us. Oh, you missed the... Okay, I can show it, Max. I'm happy to show it again. I think I still have it up. This is Bar with Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is the taller one in the picture, if you can't tell. And she loves Bar's curls, which is so sweet. Oh, YP knows Jungle Gyms.
Awesome.
And wait, that's in Cincinnati?
It's in Cincinnati, yeah. Well, there's one in Cincinnati. There's one like right outside of Cincinnati.
Okay.
The time before this past time we went to Cincinnati, we actually ran into, maybe I did, I don't know if I told you the story, but do you know the band Foxy Shazam?
No.
Okay.
I wish I did.
Well, they're a band, but he's the lead singer of Foxy Shazam, and they're from the Cincinnati area. But you may know him from his fame with oh my gosh, what was the song called? Hold on, I have to look up the song now.
Okay.
I'll get to it. Okay, the Downtown song by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. No, he's still out. Okay.
Who?
Well, he's in that song.
Okay.
Anyway, we ran into him. Reed loves Foxy Shazam, so we were like lost in Jungle Gyms because it's huge. And I saw a guy at the kombucha bar who kind of looked like Eric Nally, and I was like, "Hey, Reed, look, it's so and so." But I was like making a joke, and he looked over there, and he's like, "Wait, they're from here. That's totally him." So we like made a beeline over there, and he's super sweet, very nice. We took pictures with him. Like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was part of your week this week?
No, that was like the last time we went.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a few months ago.
Oh, Taylor's talking me up now. Thank you. LeBron wasn't the first person to move from Akron to California. Jess above LeBron James. Confirmed. Thank you. Rick Ray, it's mandatory service in Singapore at the age of 16. My parents didn't want me to serve, so we moved when I was 14. Unfortunately, I can't speak of what I've done in the Army because of sensitive information, but those were the best 2 years of my life. I don't
That's great.
I don't know that a lot of people can say that military service was the best years of their life, but good for you, Bar. Oh, YP was born in Akron as well. Were you born in Akron General Hospital in 1959? No, I doubt it. No talk of mofungo. I am sad. You bring it up. Bring it up and tell us what mofungo is. I know about it because of Lou and Gio. They talk about mofungo all the time. Oh, and here's Max lathering up Unstoppable Bar. Oh, I missed that. Just if you missed the chat, Unstoppable Bar said, hey, if he's inviting to you interviewing her, you can call the show Unstoppable Bar versus Psycho Cleveland show. How'd Psycho Cleveland get into this? Forget it. I'll have the Unstoppable Bar on, but come on. I can talk of Tostones at Rodimus. I have a pic with Aubrey Plaza after we ate some. Well, send me that. Send me that picture. I'll show that.
We want to see that.
Oh yeah. Everybody started saying, well, I think Cycle said that she could beat everyone up. And yeah, that's a fair trade. You have Cycle on your show and I'll take Bar. Fair. Akron Hospital is part of my hospital system now. Okay. Plantains and oil make the best food, Jess. I don't disagree with that. I like plantains.
Freddie, that's a good picture.
Yeah, send us a picture of you and Mofungo or whatever.
Well, I was referring to his new avatar, but
wait.
I want to see Aubrey Plaza too. So
yeah, send us the Aubrey Plaza one. I missed the reason for people commenting they're being in the military, but the U.S. Army promised to take me to Europe if I joined them when I was an older teen. I took them up on that. Yeah, that's why it's going to be great, Bar. You'll come on and we'll talk about Harley Quinn for all the time. Okay. The next book I read was Chivalry by Neil Gaiman with next level art by Colleen Doran. I think that Colleen Doran is underrated. And when you see this book and then read about the process she went through to try and make it even more next level, this is a great book. An older woman who is a widow lives by herself and lives a quiet life. And she goes into their version of the Salvation Army. I think it's called an Oxfam store. And she picks up little knickknacks and she ends up buying the Holy Grail. She finds the Holy Grail there and she buys it for like 60 pence. And the next thing she knows, Sir Galahad's at her door wanting the Holy Grail. And he rides in on a horse and he's asking her, you know, it's been my whole life to find the Holy Grail. I'm here to pick it up. And she says, no, I don't. It really brings the mantelpiece together where she has it. And they strike up a friendship anyway. And he gives kids in the neighborhood rides on his horse. It is a super sweet and really fun and gently funny comic. I won't spoil the ending or what their relationship is like, other than they become great friends, and just the characters. And then he brings her this amazing sword to trade for the Grail, and she says, "No, I don't. My husband might have liked that, but he's not here anymore. So that sword, I don't think would look as good as the Grail on my mantelpiece." And Colleen Doran's art is just remarkable in this book. And I loved this story so much. This is another book that's going to make it to my top list for the year. This is 100% guaranteed you'll like it, from the Neil Gaiman library. Now, I've already got the 3 library editions of all his stories, and then this came out. So if you want to wait 2 years for him to write some more stories, and then this will come out in another library edition, you can do that. But you really need, it's such a nice, gentle kind of fairy tale. She's so sensible and so loving and so wonderful. She doesn't have kids of her own. And she just goes about her days with owning the Holy Grail. It is so cool. It is such a good book. I just really loved this book, and I highly, 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 highly recommend it. Highly.
I'm definitely going to read that. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I think you'd dig it. Isaac says, Colleen Doran is phenomenal. The art carries so much beauty and emotion and charming humor and chivalry. Well said, my friend. Anyways, I would have loved to do a video with Jess, but I just don't think my spoken English is good enough. Oh, but it's a good idea. Okay, I get that. Yeah, they can be underrated if people don't talk about them as much as they talk about other artists like Chris Bacalo and Todd McFarlane or any other famous artist, Mike Allred. That I just don't think her name gets brought up enough as one of the top comic artists today. The industry recognizes her, but I don't think enough fans recognize her. So that's why I think she's underrated. So yeah. Chivalry was Colleen Doran leveling up. Yes. Oh, here's a question for you.
Since Reed is into a lot of music indie comics, is he into those sad for life comics such as by Adrian Tomine?
I think it's, somebody said it was like Tomine.
Okay. And Harvey Pecor, does he have a soundtrack to listen to along his reads? He definitely does not have a soundtrack. I don't think he could do that. But I don't know Adrian. I've never heard him talk about Adrian, but I've definitely heard him talk about Pecor before. So I know he's into that stuff for sure.
Awesome. Oh, and here's Terry. How's it going, Terry? Is that a flag? Is that New Zealand or something? Where are you from, Terry? I know it's not Israel because Unstoppable Bar has the Israel flag. Where's your flag from? Is
this more talk about my dad?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Buying books from your dad.
Maybe you should hit up my dad then, Johnny.
Jess, do you think Chris Claremont's writing is too wordy? I think it was of the time when there was a lot of exposition in comics, but I also haven't read his Uncanny X-Men. I know this is a personal failing of mine. Now that I finally have all the Uncanny X-Men 1 through 4 books, and then the one he did with Jim Lee, I think maybe he tightened it up a little bit in the one he did with Jim Lee. But I can see how you might think that. Sent pics and a link to it on my IG. Okay, whoops. I'm still looking at Bar and okay. Oh, wow. These are cool. Okay, here's Freddie with Aubrey Plaza. He sent a couple.
Love that.
How good is that?
Love that.
Yeah, he sent another one too. Let me go back. Let's see. I love that. I'd love to know the story here, Freddie. How did you end up? What did you have? Arepas or something? Arepas? What did you have?
Yeah, tell us how lovely she was.
Yeah, she has to be awesome to do goofy pictures with you.
I assume Freddie was like the sound guy for something, right? Something she was doing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Those are good photos.
Wait, where'd Unstoppable Bar go? Oh. Bar, your English can't be worse than Omar's. Oh, Terry's from Australia. No, I know that's not the Israeli flag. I specifically said it wasn't. I said I thought it was New Zealand, but it turns out it's Australia. Holy smoke. Hickman is the wordiest of all. Yeah, I know Krishna didn't like his Avengers, yeah. I'm all sweaty and gross because we just filmed on the beach for 6 hours. Okay, so yeah, it was some kind of production there.
Yeah, should we whip out some, Jess?
Yeah, sure. Oh, Tostones. She was awesome. She was impressed with my boom skills first day. You're right. He did do the sound stuff.
Love that for you.
Second day after we worked, we sat down to eat and she hummed the Jurassic Park song. Amazing.
Beautiful.
That is cool. Her mom was there and kept plugging her movies and asked what was my favorite project of hers. And Aubrey yelled, "Mom!"
That's very cute. I love that.
The best one is Safety Not Guaranteed. I love that movie. She was so awesome in it. Let's see. I have 2 more books. How many do you have?
2 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to?
Sure. Should we do it? Should we go there?
Am I going to be able to handle this? I mean, it's by Bruce Timm, so it has to be great. Paul Dini, rather. Bruce Timm art.
Does it have to be great?
Oh, God damn it.
I'm just kidding. I thought it was really fun.
Jerk.
Faked you out twice today.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, this is really just hijinks the whole time, right? Like, that's all it is. But we don't need more than that. And yeah, the art was fantastic and it was very fun. So I enjoyed it a lot. What more could you want, right? It's nonstop hijinks. That's all you're getting here.
Dini and Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Marcelo, have you seen Safety Not Guaranteed? I will say Parks and Rec is awesome. I won't deny that. But Safety Not Guaranteed is so great. I told her my favorite role of hers was NBC Paige in 30 Rock pilot, LOL, but actually Legion. Oh, yeah. It was after she filmed season 3, but I hadn't seen season 2 yet, so I asked her for no spoilers.
I mean, I loved her in Happiest Season. Does that count?
Okay. Well, if it's one of your favorite things in life, then I'm glad for you because it is awesome.
It's great.
30 Rock was also crazy awesome. That was a great time for television when those 2 shows came on. My surprise great book was Scarenthood. I know I've read something by Nick Roach before, and the art, I think you'd like the art because it's kind of the cartoony style that we like. It's about parents dropping their kids off this is in Ireland, parents dropping their kids off at like a preschool type school thing that has a local history where this guy lost his brother. His brother crawled under the stage and disappeared for like ever. And they know there's something weird that's going on okay, I don't want to spoil it. They know something weird's going on in the school. There's a single parent guy in this whose wife is sick and never shows up. He takes the dare and actually crawls under the stage and is confronted. There's a Virgin Mary statue that is under the stage that has a bunch of tree thorn type stuff that has grown around it that's under the stage. And it goes into a whole scary story of something that's out there trying to get their children, specifically this guy's child. And then it's a lot of they're sitting around. My book's coming apart. Son of a bitch.
It's no good.
No. So the entity wants this guy's kid the most, and there was so the missing child thing plays into it. There's something haunting the school and the parents that get together. There's like 4 parents that get together and try and figure out what's going on. It leads to I don't want to spoil it because this is really a good read and really worth reading. The worst part of it was when I got to the end of it, it said end of volume 1 and it ends on a cliffhanger. And I was like, I thought this was an all-in-one thing, but it made it as I was getting closer to the end, there was a lot of new plot threads that opened up. So I made the assumption that things were going on. The guy snaps off the head accidentally of the Virgin Mary when he's underneath, and that's what releases the entity. And so he seeks out a priest, and they all go hunting for something in the woods. Oh, Amazon's description. To-do list: drop kids at preschool, grab coffee with other parents, go ghost hunting in the woods, fight demonic entity, collect kids, nap time. That's a perfect description of it. It was a ton of fun, lots of humor, lots of dark, scary stuff. It was really well written. It flowed really well. It was organically scary. And I loved the ending, like the last third of the book the most, because it brings up a Catholic priest that the guy consults, and then they decipher something that leads them to someone else, and the story, there's much more to be told. I could tell as I was getting towards the end, there was much more to be told about the wood that was growing around the Virgin Mary. Why was the Virgin Mary there with the wood? How did the snapping off of the Virgin Mary release this entity? I thought it was great. I loved it. I can't wait for the second book. And then, of course, there'll be a library edition that I'll have to upgrade to, and I'll get really pissed.
Who puts that out?
IDW.
Okay, so there won't be a library edition. So
oh, okay, good. Well, my copy is already coming apart, which is not really that great.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But the art is really great, and I really dug. I loved how Irish it was, and I loved how the folklore and mysticism that got worked into this book were. are, can be. So
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I dug Scarenhood a lot.
Well, it's on Hoopla, so I'm borrowing it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll dig it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go to my final book, which was my favorite read of all of them. And you need to read it. And that's Bunny Mask, Volume 1. It was so good. And I was reading the back because I was like, what can I say about this without spoiling a lot? So I'm just going to tell you the kind of things within the story that are on the back. So these are not spoilers, heads up.
Okay.
Because, if you read the back, you already know. But this essentially starts out with two, I think one's a Child Protective Services like agent, and the other one is a doctor, and they go to check on the house of, how old is she? 10-year-old girl. She's been absent from school for about 2 weeks, and as you see here, immediately her dad opens the door and kills the woman. Just immediately. And then he takes the guy who's with her, who's, I believe, a doctor, shoves him in this cave. And he's like, you got to stay in this cave. He keeps him in this cave. He won't let him go. In the cave is also his young child. And her teeth are all jacked up because, he did that too. And he talks about, I forget what he calls it. But the dad has voices in his head, right? And they're telling him certain things, and he talks about it all the time. And he's basically saying he could hear secrets. And there's a lot going on. I'm trying not to show you everything, but again, not a spoiler because this all happens within a few issues and it's on the back. But this bunny masked person shows up and saves the guy from the cave, gets him out. Because he thought he was going to be there forever. It's going through like how long he's been there, days and days and days. Day 4, day 17, day 31, like he's been there. Bunny Mask shows up, gets him out of there. Also licks his wound. It's weird. And like heals it. It's like, what? Who is this Bunny Mask?
Who wrote this?
This is by, let's see, who is the writer? Paul Tobin. Art by Andrea Moody.
Okay.
And the art's amazing too. And then they cut to like many years later. The guy who was in the cave is driving by this art studio, and he kind of glances in and he sees all this art that has bunny masks all over it. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And he like slams brakes on his car because he's having a flashback, and he runs in there and he's like, what is going on? And the bunny mask art pieces are everywhere. And the woman who's doing the art comes up to him and starts talking to him, and he realizes it's the girl from the cave.
The young girl.
The young girl from the cave. Who he thought died. He was sure died.
Yeah.
Like, for sure died. And that's all I can really tell you, I feel like, because I don't want to spoil it all. But from there, a lot of weird stuff starts happening. And who is that girl? Did she die? But who's the woman he's talking to now? Who has her name?
Is this one and done, or is it continuing?
It's continuing. So this is volume 1.
Okay.
This is all that's out. I do think it's so popular that there will be a hardcover eventually. But I still think you need to get it right now and read it. You personally, Jess, because I want to talk to you about it. It's a good time. Also, I think you'll love it. So
it sounds like I'll love it.
You got to get it.
Thomas Judge. Howdy, everyone. Just tuned in, and the first words I heard were licks his wound. So what's going on?
It's weird stuff.
We're talking about Bunny Mask. Wait, Bunny Mask?
Yeah, Bunny Mask.
Yeah. That sounds good.
It's creepy and weird, and it's good.
So that was your favorite book?
That was my favorite of the 5, for sure.
Freddie says, maybe celebrating too early, but this seems like the most successful challenge yet. I've been generally happy with my books. I think this is the happiest I think Kristen's been with her books.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. My last book was Superman, Son of Kal-El. In this book, Jonathan has been aged up. He got aged up in Bendis's run, and blah blah blah, whatever you think of that. It's happened, so just relax. Just a comic book. He gets aged up. Also, Damien is aged up. Also, they're still best friends, and there are super powered beings who have been let loose in Jonathan's area that are causing all kinds of chaos. And Superman here, here he is with Damien on the island of Corto Maltese, where a league of assassins, a bunch of ninja assassins, are trying to kill Damien. And Damien's like, "Yeah, I'm aware of that. I asked them to come in and try and attack me." And there's great repartee between them, and it's very touching because Superman has to leave the Earth. I will say that I haven't read any of Future State or Infinite Frontier or anything. So I know there's a storyline going on where Superman leaves Earth, I guess in Superman or Action Comics. I don't know. But he does leave Earth and he leaves Earth in Jonathan's care. And Jonathan asks him, actually, a very good question. He says, it could be a place where every problem could be tackled if only the world would unite, a place where no one is left behind. And Superman says, yes. And Jonathan said, Dad, why don't you do more? And he said, no, it's okay. Bullets bounce off me. I should be able to handle some constructive criticism. And Superman's answer is really, I've been an outsider. I'm an alien. I've always felt I couldn't overstep my bounds, but this is your planet now. You were born here. You can take more constructive steps. You can stand up for Earth better than I can. And so Jonathan takes an active role in trying to find out where these superpowered beings that are just dropped in and causing havoc don't have any memory of how they got their powers, where they're from. But he also rescues a boat of refugees from this island. Let's see where it's called, Gomorrah, where a guy named Henry Bendix is in charge. Henry Bendix labels Gomorrah as a paradise. Well, if it's a paradise, why are there refugees? The boat begins to sink, and so Jonathan saves them, and then he gets involved in protecting them as refugees because they're like immediately arrested at the dock, and Jonathan says, hey, that's not cool. I just saved these people, not for you to arrest them. He gets arrested as an act of social defiance. And it's a whole, it's actually, first of all, it's by Tom Taylor, so it's going to be great. He's very much more of an activist in social issues than Superman was or could be based on Superman's, explanation. But also tellingly, in the very beginning, when Jonathan's born, it's at the Fortress of Solitude, and Wonder Woman and Batman are there in the very beginning of the book. And Batman's already sampled somehow the DNA of Jonathan and says that he could end up being more than Superman with Kryptonian and Earth DNA, via Lois Lane, Earthling DNA. And it's a really interesting, fun, different take on Superman as seen through the eyes of Son of Kal-El, since he has all of Superman's powers and maybe more. We haven't gotten there. But he very much gets involved trying to find out what this place Gomorrah is, what it's about, why people are trying to leave. And of course, this is also the issue where there's Oh yeah, the art's really good. Actually, I don't want to spoil that part. The art is by John Timms, so the art's good. Although he does do that shiny red nose tip kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Let me see if I can find. Like all the characters have these. All these characters have the shiny red nose tip going on.
That's weird. Like it's cold outside everywhere.
Yeah, they all have it. But I found this really good, and I'm very I'm invested in reading more. I don't know that it's a good place for anybody to start, because if you read Super Sons, then all of a sudden they get aged up and Jonathan leaves Earth into the future and sees a future where there's no Superman. Superman says the future's not decided. The future can be many different things. Don't worry about my coming back to Earth. I'll be coming back to Earth. So before I can make a full judgment on it, I'm going to need to read. This is only issues 1 through 6. So of course I'll need to read more before, and I'll need to read the future state issues too, so I can get caught up on what actually happens to Superman and Jonathan in those issues, because this happens afterwards. So it's hard for me. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot and I'm interested in following it, but I think anybody else, actually including me, needs to catch up on what happens before this, before they can make a judgment. How did I spoil this? How did I spoiler it? That's a good question, Taylor. I think since it's unfinished, I can't really make a judgment. It's interesting enough and fun enough that I want to continue. But I also, all his other stuff is done, like All New Wolverine and Deceased, even though I know they're starting up a new Deceased, but everything I've read, this is the only I think this is the only continuing thing by him I've read. Oh, I need a mod.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in there.
Okay, thank you.
James got it.
Okay, thank you.
James.
You could read it, Freddie, if you don't want to read all that stuff. Just know that what I said, I'm going to do a more in-depth review on my channel, and you can watch that, where I'll just say how everybody got to be where they are in this book. And then I'll be able to judge it when I read more issues. Like maybe when the next hardcover comes out, I'll be able to give it a full grade. But since it's in the middle of the run, I can't really say. I loved it. I'm interested in continuing it. The reason you might like it, Kristen, is Jonathan does there's a ton of character growth in this. Tons of character growth. We see him growing up before our eyes, and it's really good. I think that's one thing that Tom Taylor's really good at, is character growth. And we see Jonathan take on the responsibilities gradually and maturely and really interestingly. And so there's a ton of character growth in this. And I hope people give this book a chance, and that we see a lot of it, because I want to see more Tom Taylor. I have no idea how it's selling. I don't know how people have reacted to it, because I don't read anybody else's reviews or anything. Kristen might read a Superman book. Yeah. It's possible.
That's my question. So I have read Super Sons.
Okay. So you know how fun that was.
Yeah, but you were saying, like, is there something I need before I jump into that, or?
I think the explanation I gave that he was aged up, went into the future in Bendis's run, and came back is probably enough, because they reference the fact that Jonathan went into the future. In this book, Superman's getting ready to go off Earth and turn Earth over to Jonathan, and it's a Jonathan book after that. He becomes a target. The bad guys start targeting Jonathan, and he's sort of acquiring, he's dealing with feelings and all that icky stuff that teenagers do.
Yeah.
So, okay. It's selling very well. Don't worry. Okay, good. I don't even know if it's selling well. Good. I want Tom Taylor to write 100 issues of this then. So
may have to read it.
And if you hoopla it and you run into any issues, I can always answer questions for you. But I think I've given enough of an update on how he gets there.
What's it actually called again? I can't see it from here. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Superman, Son of Kal-El.
Okay.
And the first one's called Volume 1, The Truth.
Got it.
Oh, here's something nice. Jess, hope your health will get better. Thank you. With lesser abdominal pain, and do more videos so we can all support you to spread the love and get you to 8,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. I don't even have that goal. 8,000 is a lot.
It'll happen.
I never want to get as big as Omar. I can promise you that, because the bigger you get, the more crazies come in.
Yeah.
So far, no crazies. I've got a really nice, 7.2 or 7,200, whatever it is, 7,200 subscribers, and they all write me nice comments. It's very much I almost feel like it's a family, because I get a lot of messages, comments from the same people. I don't want to get to 20,000 and I get Joe Schlabotnik from I Hate America that you don't agree with starting to tune in and, challenging me on things that I don't even want to talk about. I mean, if anything upsets you in this book, try to keep in mind it's a made up book. Comic books aren't real.
It's actually not going to affect you at all.
Yeah.
So
I think that if this book upsets anybody because there are social issues that he tackles and stuff, skip it. That's what I'm going to lead off. I'm going to lead off with that when I do my review. Like, just go to a different book if you don't like this one. These
plenty
are made
out
up
there
stories.
for people who don't want that.
What's that?
There's plenty out there for people who don't want that. In fact, the majority of comics is made for you. Because a lot of comics don't tackle those issues. So
yeah, it's very topical, very timely, very interesting. I dug it, and can't wait to read more. Oh, Elias, thank you so much. Yeah, and I might get well, I got bots, so I know I got that. Excellent. We'll purchase Jess. Thanks, Jess. King, I believe there's an King of Comics King. Thanks, Jess. I'm not gonna. If you're saying I'm an OmniCat Queen of Comics, good. There we go.
Thank you, Terry. Very nice.
Jess, would you not want this channel to be a full? No, dude. This is supposed to be fun. I mean, Omar makes his living doing it, and the amount of time. I mean, you can tell, obviously, that he puts an awful lot of time into it, since that's how he makes his living now. And so that's his dream, and I think it's great, but that's not my dream. My dream is for this to be a fun thing where I can recommend fun books for people to read. That's all I want. I don't want 70,000 subscribers.
Yeah, you're not trying to edit stuff. Nobody got time for that.
Oh my gosh, he spends so much time editing.
Yeah. Oh. I can't imagine. Like,
no,
And if anyone's seen my channel too, it's the same. We just sit there and we do it in one take, and we're not trying to edit. Like I don't want to spend time doing that. I don't.
Yeah. This is funny. OmniDog's going for quality, not quantity, like that Omar guy on Very Fine Condition Comics. Yeah. Yeah, retirement is supposed to be about not working. Yeah, when I think I've been doing this channel for 5 years now, and it's always just supposed to be fun. Like the chat is fun. I just want to talk about comics that I think people will enjoy. And if I think they're not going to enjoy them, I'll let you know that too. Whatever, everybody just relax. They're comic books. Oh, I have this book and I haven't read it yet. Just finished Palestine by Joe Sacco last weekend. Heart-wrenching tales. Yeah, I haven't read that, but I do own it. Omar has gotten so big he has his own social media guy now. That's Spud.
I thought he seemed to be posting more. I was like, that's the way this is Omar.
The amount of terrible books he owns for those reading orders. Yikes. Yeah. Omni peace, Omni love. See, this is what we want. This is what we have. We've got lots of nice viewers that want to just read comic books and enjoy them.
Love that.
Yeah, this is actually perfect. But I appreciate that somebody wants me to get to 8,000. Wait, when I say somebody, I don't want to leave them out. Jose said that. That was nice of Jose to say that. But then the best thing is when you and I recommend something and somebody comes in the chat and says, I read that book you recommended. It was great. Thank you so much. That's everything. Yeah, that's everything.
Or they're angry at us because they're like, we don't have money now. It's your fault. I love this book stuff. It's like, oh well, sorry for enriching your life, right?
I love those equally. Yeah, I noticed, Taylor. I saw when I joined the Omnibus group again to sell books, I saw that you're always posting his stuff. Can you do me a favor, Taylor, when you post his what book, when he puts the coat and tie on? Can you say what books he's announcing so I don't have to actually go to his channel and watch his dumb face telling me what those books are? Just announce it in the body of the...
Are you saying that in a funny way? Because Omar actually hates that.
Which part? His dumb face?
The part where people spoil the book.
Oh, does he not? Oh, he wants him to go to his site and...
Well, because otherwise he doesn't get a view, right?
Oh, well, I don't care.
Love that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Unfortunately, tomorrow on Crime Corner, Joe has to help his parents put furniture together. So we're going to be doing it next Sunday. Thank you, James, for reminding me to say that. Another cereal episode. Once Christmas comes around and we get Christmas cereal, right now is the time for me to go to Target and pick up Monster cereals.
Oh yeah, like all this Halloween stuff just suddenly, and I'm like, oh, I guess it is close, but it feels weird, right? I'm just like, It's still August technically. Like, but
they need to release those cereals early enough because they always sell out.
Right.
I mean, October 1st comes around, you're not going to find those cereals around. So, if my wife or daughter, well, no, my daughter is gluten intolerant, so she can't eat cereal. Also, she doesn't drink milk, so my daughter's not a good candidate. But my wife might want to do it with me. So yeah, Terry, I'd be happy to. I'll wait 24 hours and send you a message. Fair, thank you. I probably would quit before I got to 20,000, Razor. Whenever I read a book I don't like, it just makes me appreciate the ones I do like more. That's a good point.
Absolutely.
Jez and Kristen have recommended so many books to me the past 18 months, so thank you again. Oh, I love hearing that. More than anything, there are more truly honest opinions here than any Omar's propaganda. Oh, peace and love. Omar is a really good friend of mine, and I only tease him because I know he can take it. And he is a super big shit giver to me all the time.
So that definitely counts. I mean, here we'll let you know that we hate this spine. We'll for sure tell you that this is some garbage nonsense.
What book even is that? I can't even see.
You will never know. We can't read it. Like,
I am so concerned about that Gwenpool spine because
same.
the covers look great. I've seen the 2 covers and I'm like, good choices.
Yeah.
Make the spine something really fun.
You know it's not going to be. You know it's not going to be. We're going to be upset. I'm telling you, the moment that news drops, we've got to jump on as fast as we can.
It's just a live Wednesday at 2 p.m. We hate this spine.
I'll be like, I'll go to the bathroom break at work and I'll just be like, I'm in a stall, but I had to get on here.
That'll be great. They now Marvel has put out a lot of interesting spines still. I feel like, well, the new Captain Britain Omni still has a fun spine. The She-Hulk books have fun spines. Howard the Duck, Ms. Marvel. I feel like it might be their flagship titles that have the sucky Fantastic Four, Amazing Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men.
The older ones too, right? I mean, the more modern ones they actually have.
The Peter David Hulk books have nice, cool spines. Mm-hmm. So they couldn't just do those. What do you call them? Stupid baby print or whatever?
Yeah, what I say, a baby font or something like that?
Yeah.
Stupid baby font. No, there's no way it's going to be a baby font, I would hope. However, I think the Hickman book they came out with had the stupid baby font, which is a modern run.
Avengers, my Avengers 2 books have really cool fonts.
Not Avengers, the X-Men one. The one that was like all red. And I was like, this is ugly. What are we doing here?
You're right.
Yeah, grab it.
Oh, that thing sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks so much. Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is terrible.
Garbage. Yes.
And I hate to be that guy, but I also love to be that guy because Kristen's 100% right. Yeah, look at this.
You got the baby spine and it's all red. Who was like, this is great?
What book is this, everybody? No, you can't tell.
Can't read it. Who's it by? No. Don't know.
You can tell here, but what the hell? Yeah, I gotta hold it right up.
Red. Like,
look, they did it upside down too. Will you be reviewing volume 1 and 2? Yes. Volume 1 and 2 will be reviewed next week along with King of Spies. It's just the older spines that didn't have any pictures on the original volumes. Okay.
Well, yeah, except.
Baby.
Well, we know the baby font's bleeding over into the modern runs with that one you just showed. So
yeah, with these.
I'm really just
bad sign.
The picture's fine. I don't mind the picture.
This one?
Great. No, the like little bar of picture they add on, yeah. Not that one, on the older ones, this little picture down here. Fine, great. It's the font. I don't mind the picture.
All those Marvel hardcovers that had to do with Hickman's run, Cable, Wolverine, Excalibur, baby font. Little bit better. Well, nothing's as bad as this one.
Nothing's that bad, yeah.
But I mean, X-Men Hellfire Gala, at least I can read it from here, but what even is that one? Marauders, Wolverine, Cable, Excalibur. It's just a plain font. No, Gwenpool has to be something good. I mean, it's Gwenpool.
I hope so. They better have watched our videos. But if they did, I want credit. So.
Totally. I told Omar that you were willing to design the spine, and he just blew me off.
Yeah. Typical.
Ported good condition comics. Gwenpool Omnibus is pushed back to early December release in time for Pink Dollar's Christmas.
Better be.
I don't remember the recently released Luke Cage spine, but I think it was big. It's the Silver Age books that got the baby spines. I also Uncanny X-Men from Claremont got baby spines.
And so did that Hitman one. I mean, that's the outlier, right? It's like we thought it was just the older books, but then the Hitman one. It's like, what are we doing here?
Here's the proof.
Yeah,
red. No one can read. Yeah, and New Warriors has a fancy spine because he loves New Warriors. Frickin' Omar. Well, New Mutants. I will say New Mutants, both of those, they don't match, but at least they're interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting fonts.
I want a real logo too. I'd much rather have a real logo than a font. Right. And like the Mutants, like the Peter David Hulk, Excalibur. I mean, there's tons that have done it. And then there's the boring regular fonts. And I'm like, what are we doing? Give me a logo. You had a logo. They all had logos, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is our rant part of the... We are both on the same page on this. So what I'm hearing is if we want an OmniDog Choi channel, we'll have to get his channel to... After September, I am definitely going to start Jester's Toy Box, and I will dedicate it to. It'll be on this channel, but it'll just be a side show, not like a sideshow. It's going to be Jester's Toy Box. So don't anybody steal that, and don't go get Jester's Toy Box at gmail.com.
Someone's getting it right now.
I know. So I'll end up with Jester's Toy Box 12. No worries. Hicksman has a very specific designer working on the books. Yeah, Joe Dumbhead. Yeah, red and upside down. Can you believe that? Dr. Doom Omnibus. Any good? I have the 2 stories in there, Triumph and Torment and Books of Doom, that are getting reprinted. They're out of print, really hard to find. That Books of Doom, when I got it in 2016, was already a whale. But I've also heard that there's more, instead of like the Punisher Back to War Omni, where it was just the Punisher's appearances throughout Spider-Man and some Punisher stuff, so there was no connecting tissue. I've heard that Dr. Doom has more of a connective tissue that runs through it. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, because as I said, I've got the 2 Dr. Doom books I really want. But I think you can buy that book and be happy with it, that it's not a bunch of random appearances. I think that there are story arcs within it, and maybe below this somebody will answer, but my understanding it's got a bunch of connective tissue in it. Totally. Make that a hashtag, Freddie. I want to see it trending. Yeah, same with Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. You missed our incredibly insightful rant about spines that I don't think we're done with.
We'll never be done.
We'll never be done.
We'll never be over it.
I agree. I would rather have a logo. Otherwise, I just make a custom bind. Yeah, logos are cool.
They look way cooler.
Savage She-Hulk. Now there's by... Who the hell's that by? Savage She-Hulk has just a plain spine, whereas the Slott, Peter David, and John Byrne ones have a cool logo.
Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So far, DC Omnibus has a much better overall Omnibus graphic design now, except for the Soul Mistake Batwoman chosen cover. Covers are sort of here it is.
I do have a disagreement to that.
Oh, okay.
I love this omnibus. What are we doing here? Really? This is what we went with? This is what we went with. Like, we have such a okay, it's in the back, right? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Okay. The back board. You know what? I'm just taking this off. We're taking this off. We don't care about it. We hate it anyway. Okay. You have a little fun, cute little how fun. Why aren't they on the spine?
Oh, that's a good point.
It's on the little board here, great, but like that would have been perfect instead of whatever this is. What kind of font are we choosing? It's such a fun book, and you look at the spine and you're bored. Like, why wouldn't we put? How great would that have been? Okay, with their little.
Oh, that I didn't even see that. I don't even remember that because I
or like-
read it with the,
Yeah,
you know,
one
desk
on one
cover.
side, maybe one on the other. Super Sons. Just what? What are we? Really? That's what? I'll never be over it.
I don't think Kristen even needs to get with Reed to design the custom dust jacket. She had great ideas on her own.
I got this. Yeah.
No, there were no more celebrity picks. There was only 2 of you today. I would love to see more celebrity picks.
It's fun. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Next time. Maybe we should be armed with some. I'm sure you have some, right?
Not with Gal Gadot, but I mean, I have a bunch with people like Tom King and Scott Snyder. Tyler Blunt from SSD Toys. I haven't, outside of the comic industry, I don't have anybody. Northern Virginia is not a hotbed of celebrity sightings, except for maybe Linda Carter. I've seen her because she lives here.
Mm-hmm.
But I also haven't had a picture taken with her. So I should
you've been to cons. You don't have like celebrity photos from cons?
No, I got a signed photo from George Takei, but I didn't think to take a picture. Oh, damn, that would have been a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would have been great with me and George Takei. Damn it.
I mean, I met Karen Gillan.
Ooh, what was she like?
She was lovely. I told her, because I was like, okay, one, they're herding us like cattle through this line, right?
When was this?
Several years ago. I think before Guardians was out.
Oh,
yeah. I can't remember exactly when. It was in Louisville. But yeah, I was very excited. But through the autograph line, they were herding us through like cattle through, and I'm like, what am I going to say to her, right? What am I going to say to her that like she hasn't heard from a million other people?
Yeah.
Today? So I went with there was a short-lived comedy that she was on ABC. It's called Selfie, where she played like this really like, way into herself, kind of valley girlish kind of human who was real into taking selfies of herself. And like she, had that sort of personality. And one of the things she wanted to do was like not be that person anymore. So she like had friends and they were trying to like help her, like, anyway, it was really great. And she was great in it. And I feel like no one remembers that show. So I went with, I miss Selfie. Like, I really miss that show. You were great in it. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, I loved being on that show. And like, she chatted for a little bit about that. And that was really cool. So,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience with George Takei because I was the last one they let in line and he had to be hurried off. But he was on the Howard Stern show at the time and I was listening to it. So I dropped a bunch of Howard Stern stuff with him. And I picked the photo for him to sign was the one of him being the shirtless swordsman from the first season. Because I thought, I mean, this is iconic George Takei. And so he signed it and he was very nice. But I was under similar pressure to sort of get through. So I didn't think it was a good idea. It didn't even occur to me to get a picture with him. I just felt like his handlers were like right on top of us. So I don't think I do have a nice picture of me and Marguerite Bennett. She was nice, but she's another creator, but I don't, I'm glad that Karen Gillan was nice because I loved her in Gunpowder Milkshake. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was lovely.
Good. The extended edition to Super Stuns is a lot better. Still not great, but not as bad.
Yeah.
The spine of the book is the part you'll see more than any other. So I get people annoyed. Yeah, I don't mind. I can live with that Batwoman, even though it still bugs me that that's the dumbest. J.H. Williams did. I mean, that's the whole reason I bought that book back when it was floppies. I was like, ooh, I bet this book is good because the cover's so pretty. And of course, it was Greg Rucka. So, I mean, they could have picked anything, but Max is right. The spines are what we're looking at all the time. Mm-hmm. Terry agrees. The expanded is a bit more fun, but yeah, it's because they want all the tiny onion omnis to match, but boring. Come on. Oh, Mark Waid and $1. That's right. That's my most famous picture. Thanks, Marcelo. I could find that. Read this one.
I'll send you a picture with my dad since he tends to think he's a big deal. That's funny. I also know my dad, Larry's Library. Could send you a picture of us.
That's right. Oh, here's a compliment for you.
Oh, Kristen should rant more. It's fantastic. The chat should have an upcoming hate rant complaint topic soon again. Thank you, Jose. We should.
Yeah, that was the most fun I think we've ever had was on This Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure we can find more things that suck.
Right, Taylor. I'll have that teed up for the next time we're on. Nothing with me and Clint Eastwood. I was only I was in 3rd grade, so I was 8 when he came to our house. And I was hiding, just looking at him and my mom talking in the living room. So
okay, wait, I don't know this story. What?
Oh, you don't?
No.
When we lived in Carmel, we were renting a house we were renting a house and getting ready to buy. We moved into the house I grew up in 5th grade, but for 3rd and 4th grade, I lived across the street from a house where the guy was a sculptor. His name was Malcolm Moran, and he was friends with Clint Eastwood right across the street from our house. And they filmed a lot of the interiors and exteriors for Play Misty for Me, which was Clint Eastwood's directorial debut back in if I was 8, it was 1967 or 68, somewhere in there. And there's our house also gets in there. There's a Malcolm Moran comes out as my dad in a bathrobe to complain about the noise that Clint Eastwood and Jessica Walter are having at her convertible outside. They're like arguing or something. And so there were 2 scenes that my mom shut down production on. There's a scene where Jessica Walter exposes herself, takes off her top. And it was in the afternoon and they made it all dark around, so it looked like nighttime. And my mom went up to Clint Eastwood because it was right in front of our house. She went up to him and said, "My son is getting home at 3 p.m. from school. If this scene isn't done by then, I will ruin it, and you will never be able to shoot this scene again." And by God, by the time I got home, there was no scene of there was nothing there of any kind of there was equipment left behind, but the crew had scattered. So I only got to see Jessica Walter take her top off when I was like 12, and I finally saw the movie.
Wow.
So she shut it down because she didn't want me. And she said, and when that scene where my dad is I say my dad because he came out of our house, and he goes, "Hey, keep it down. There's people trying to sleep in here." And she goes, "There's people trying to talk out here." He says, "How'd you like to tell it to the law?" And she goes, "How'd you like to go screw yourself?" And she leans on the horn. my mom went out again and said, I don't want my son coming home to this, so you need to wrap this one up too. And it got wrapped up, and she my mom, what a beauty. She also complained to him that the crew had stepped all over her flowers and ruined her flower bed. So he came in, what the production was done, I guess it went to post-production in Hollywood, whatever. He came in and gave her a big check to make up for all the flowers that his crew had ruined, and apologized to her. And I was there for that one. I was just sort of, she was in the living room and I was sort of hiding in the dining room, knowing that I should not even show my face. And he was, my mom said he was very nice, very apologetic, gave her a big check to cover expenses for the flowers. And that's my Clint Eastwood story.
Wow. That's an amazing story.
Then I was a busboy at his restaurant in Carmel, and I saw him all the time. He was always there. But I never went up to him and said, hey, do you remember that time Virginia Bragg shut down your production because of Jessica Walter taking her top off?
That's awesome.
Yeah, play Misty for me. People remember that. Sophie also had John Cho in it.
Yep, that's right.
Only just had pictures with Clint Eastwood, Jessica Walter, and Donna Mills. As a matter of fact, my story's not done. My sister, let's see, she's 12 years older than I am, so she was 19 or 20. She was supposed to be the character that Donna Mills was. Clint Eastwood had an eye for the ladies, and my sister was apparently quite something back in the day. And he wanted her to be the Donna Mills character, which is Clint Eastwood's girlfriend. Jessica Walter's a stalker that keeps calling him. He's a DJ, and she keeps calling him and stalking him. But Donna Mills is his actual girlfriend in the movie. And he wanted my sister, but she couldn't get her SAG card in time.
Oh, man.
And she said, where would my life be if I had only gotten my SAG card? I could have been on Knots Landing. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks. But she's moved on. She's 75 now. She's okay. Let's see. Yes, This and That Sucks as a sequel, Chad, please. Oh, we both met the celebrities when we were age 8. There's something big about that. Yeah. Thank you. It's the one we actually rented that house one time in 2006 when we went back to Carmel to stay for a couple weeks. It was weird. Let's see. Okay, Max is now, Bar is talking to everybody in the chat as an actor. Yeah, I've heard that. Never ever let a film crew in your house. They want it when I moved here to work with my brother, he had an awesome place that had a view of the Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument, the whole mall. And filmmakers wanted to come in and use the inside of his house. But he had heard exactly what Freddie said, that they just tear up your house. They'll give you, payment for it, but stuff just gets torn up. And yeah, Freddie's right. Okay. Well, it's actually time for me to go. I'm due for a pain treatment. And I've run out of interesting I should end on that story. I can't top that story.
It's a great story. Yeah.
So thank you to the chat. You guys were great today. I really appreciate everybody that showed up. Thank you so much. Thank you to my co-host, OmniCat, also known as the Comic Slayer. Where can they find you?
You can find me on my channel, The Comic Slayer, where I will put up a video sometime today. So that will be happening. as well as tomorrow at 11 Eastern on the Omnibus Collectors Network. You can find me on Fangirls. We're talking about Heartstopper.
You're talking about what?
Heartstopper.
Is that the one with the full gay crisis line?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Is it the show or the comic?
The comic, yeah.
Oh, okay. Still trying.
So
you can find me on this channel and on Instagram, OmniDogs_vault, where I actually put a couple things up yesterday, or maybe it's the day before. So I'll try and get. No, I'm not. I suck at IG.
I've been bad at it too. You can find me there if you want, but like,
if you want,
if you don't.
Right, and here's the Aussie flag. So peace and love, peace and love. Thank you all so much. We'll come up with another good show for you next time. And peace and love, peace and love. And here is our theme song to play us out. Still one more.
Row! OmniDog! Hey, OmniCat! Now here's the OmniDog and OmniCat show. It's the place to sit if you'd like to know more about the books that they've read. Kristen likes Lumberjanes and Steve